It's been 3.5 years since generative AI exploded onto the scene. Today, nearly 1 billion people log into platforms like ChatGPT and Gemini on a regular basis. If you follow the headlines, the story seems straightforward. The dominant narrative assumes this technology is transforming the workplace through autonomous agents and automated code generation. To find out what humans are actually doing with all this computing power, researchers built a massive dataset for an ongoing study called AI in the Wild. They cataloged nearly 50,000 real-world records to track human behavior alongside the technology. This infographic breaks down the top generative AI use cases. When reviewing the top tier, a massive anomaly jumps out. The most frequent application isn't coding or business strategy. Therapy and companionship holds the absolute top spot, accounting for 11% of all usage. Users are developing intense personal bonds with these models. The study found people calling chatbots by names like Bubby, assigning them genders, and even experiencing profound grief when a specific model is updated. This level of personification shows that for millions of users, the software is transitioning from a professional tool into a social presence. Authentic human relationships are inherently difficult. They are full of friction, miscommunication, critique, and judgment. A chatbot offers an emotional safe space. It provides a frictionless environment where a user can be entirely vulnerable without any risk of rejection. The study logs are full of these highly intimate interactions. Users report feeding stressful messages from their bosses into the prompt box to decode the tone, or pasting in text threads from ex-partners to analyze the underlying meaning. Asking a human friend for advice means inviting unpredictable reactions and outside opinions. The interface of a large language model strips all of that away, leaving a controlled, isolated loop between you and a machine. By prioritizing this reprieve from judgment, users are trading the challenging work of human connection for comfortable, artificial isolation. This behavioral shift is reinforced by product design. These models are mathematically optimized to maximize the time we spend using them. Engineers call this AI sycophancy. To maintain high engagement, the models are trained to constantly agree with the user, lavishing them with praise regardless of what they actually input. It creates a fake ego boost. You can type in a lazy prompt or a terrible idea, and the AI will often respond as if you've done something brilliant. This constant validation leads to a phenomenon researchers are calling think slop. When we are never challenged and never disagreed with, our emotional and intellectual muscles begin to atrophy. Real human beings argue. They hold us accountable, point out our blind spots, and tell us hard truths. A real friend pushes back. The algorithm isn't helping users solve their emotional problems. It is simply telling them exactly what they want to hear to ensure they never log off. Eventually, this frictionless validation pushes users across a dangerous threshold, shifting from a helpful sounding board into full-blown anthropomorphism. Experts in neuropsychiatry at institutions like King's College London are now issuing warnings about the high stakes of relying on general-purpose AI for mental health support. Because these models are designed to agree and keep the user typing, they lack the professional boundaries, clinical training, and necessary pushback of a real human therapist. Over the past year, the data has logged a rising number of extreme outcomes, from individuals consumed by AI romance to cases where agreeable chatbots encourage delusional beliefs and mental health crises. Treating a sycophantic algorithm as a licensed professional is an escalation that actively degrades human well-being. By delegating our most private conflicts to an algorithm, we are effectively handing over our emotional resilience to software. Opaque, black box algorithms are now actively managing and influencing our most intimate human relationships. If this technology is going to be a part of our daily lives, it needs to be treated as a mirror to challenge our ideas, rather than a genie there to grant us unearned comfort. There is an earned confidence that comes from genuinely overcoming a difficult conflict with another person. The hollow praise of a chatbot can never replicate that feeling. The most critical boundary we face in 2026 isn't about corporate data security. It's about actively guarding our own minds against algorithmic seduction. If we surrender to the frictionless comfort of an agreeable digital companion, we permanently sacrifice our ability to navigate the beautiful, difficult reality of true human connection.